Good morning, everyone. How you guys doing? Excellent. Well, my name is Corey. I want to welcome you all to Winged Encounters. We've been joined by some of our birds here. We're a group of avian conservationists out here to talk with you guys about a lot of our birds here. And you know what? I see cameras and stuff. If you guys want to come up and get a close look at our birds, you guys can come up right around here. Feel free to come right up nice and close so you can get some great pictures of these birds. Now, who knows what kind of birds these are? Anybody? No guesses. Is it that early in the morning? Have I been up for too long? Well, these are our macaws. These are called blue-throated macaws. Macaws are a group of parrots found only in South America. There's about 17 different species of macaws. These are one of the most important to us. Yeah, these are called, as I said, blue-throated macaws. You can see where they get that name from that blue right underneath the throat that you can see on this guy right up here. By the way, this is Mondo, Cletus, Lilo, and Stitch that are up here that came out to get a nice look at them. Now, the reason that blue throats are so important to us is because of all the macaws you're going to find out in the wild. They are the most rare. Yeah, out in the wild, there's only about 150 individuals out in the wild. It's very, very low. Yeah, anybody know why their numbers might be a little low? It is early in the morning, isn't it? Well, there's lots of reasons. One, years ago they had a lot of habitat loss. Cattle farmers came in, they cut down a lot of the trees that these birds nest in, a lot of the areas that they find food, so their numbers went down that way. One of the biggest things though is the illegal pet trade. What happened is people would come out into the wild, take the babies out of the nest, ship them off to Europe, ship them off to the US, all over the world, so people could have them as pets. This was horrible to their numbers. No babies were being reborn. You weren't having any additions into the wild. You're actually getting so much reduced that their numbers just dropped that low. That's why there's only about 150 individuals now. Well, that's why we work very closely with these birds. We're actually working really hard with the breeding program. These 4 individuals are part of a colony. We have about 40 individuals. So this is actually a tenth of our group right there. About 40 individuals. Right now, we're going to send about 7 of those out into Bolivia so we can re-release them so we can add numbers. Hopefully in the coming years, they'll be able to breed and we'll be able to get some of those numbers up really, really well. But the thing is, it's hard on all the parrots that are out there, especially these guys right here. We've got lots of different species of macaws. They're going to make their way in. You can see the first one that landed right up there on that top rung right there. That's a blue-throated macaw. Looks very similar to that blue-throated macaw. And we'll talk about that in just a little bit, but remember that guy. We've got a few others. This other guy up top that just jumped down right here is called a scarlet macaw, the ones that have yellow and blue on the wings. But we have another red one right over here. See these two guys that have green and blue? They're called green wing macaws, or some people call them red and green macaws. So, and let's see, did we get anybody else up there? Oh yeah, the last one of my favorites. See this guy up at the top? This is Da Vinci. Da Vinci is a military macaw. You can probably see exactly why he has a name like that. That bright green color with that red on the front, we kind of think it looks like a beret, so it works pretty well for him. But yeah, there's trouble for all of these birds. They've all had problems with people poaching them out in the wild. It's very important that we take care of all of these birds. Now, here's the thing. We always want to talk about what we can do to help these birds. Anybody know what you can do in the home to kind of help these birds out? There's one very easy one that I hope all of you already do. It's recycling. Yeah, recycling. You think about all those trees that might get cut down to be used for paper. You find in the rainforest, there's a mineral underneath the ground that is used to make aluminum cans and anything made out of aluminum. Just take that. So if you recycle all that stuff, that's more habitat for them. And it's really difficult when they lose some habitat. Yeah, so you think about these blue-throated macaws. They like to live in nice big trees, kind of like this one right over here. Nice big thick tree, but what they're going to do is they're going to find a cavity inside that, and that's where they're going to put their nest. Well, the thing is if that nest gets chopped down, if they lose that nest for any reason, that's gonna take them 2 to 3 years to find a new nest. So that makes it a very, very long time to be able to help to take care of these guys. Well, and another side of that, one thing I wanted to talk about, those blue and gold macaws, they kind of live in the same area, so they kind of have to compete with each other for a lot of these nest sites. So the blue and golds, because they're bigger, they can go in and actually steal the nest from those blue-throated macaws. They actually push them out, take that nest site over, and being that it takes a couple years to find a new nest, we don't really want that to happen. So that breeding program that I was talking about a little bit ago, it's through a group called the World Parrot Trust. That's who we're working very, very closely with. If you want to find out more about that program, or any of the programs they are working with parrots across the world, parrots.org is an excellent website that you guys can look at to see what's going on out there. So what they're doing is they're going out there and they're finding these nest sites that the blue throats are in. They put a cover on that nest. Now that cover has a hole in it. It's actually small enough that the blue and golds can't get inside. So they can't get inside to kick those guys out, but the blue throats, because they're smaller, they still fit into that hole and they have a nice protected nest. They're watching all these nests. As soon as they see them go in there, they get them covered to make sure that they're nice and safe. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let these guys fly. They get lots of treats for doing this, but you know what? They've been here for a while and gotten a lot of treats, so we want them to be able to fly back. So what's gonna happen is right now they're gonna take off. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, this is the direction they're gonna go. If you wanna be in the middle of that, I see a few faces that don't think they want to be in the middle, stepping off to the side. But trust me, if you've got cameras, you want to get a great picture, this is a great spot to sit, but feel perfectly fine sitting off to the edges right there. All right, let's see if we can let these guys go. As soon as one goes, that's when they all follow. There we go. Good job, guys. Couple nice low flyers. You guys as well. You guys can make it too. They like the treats we gave them. Yeah. As I said, it's positive reinforcement. So they got a whole bunch of treats for coming out here. Well, what they're thinking about is, well, what do they usually give us when we fly back home? So hopefully when they get home, they're going to get a whole bunch of treats, and that's going to tell them that, you know what, next time when we do this, they'll want to go back sooner. So when they decide to head home, which will hopefully be sooner rather than later, well, they'll go and get a whole bunch of treats. You know what we're going to do? We're going to step away so these guys have let them think about heading out. But I'm going to be here for a little bit. If you have questions, feel free to come up to me and ask. But you know what? If you liked our birds, we've got another show. Flights of Wonder bird shows over in Asia, across the bridge right over here. Theaters right across the way. Lots of different birds, not only parrots, but cranes, birds of prey, different things like that. You'll get a view of excellent birds during that show. So catch them today. They'll have shows throughout the day. You know what? You guys have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.